It's Brandon Heath, his radio, Rob and Liz. And Brandon, we noticed something about you.
What's that?
And that is your hair. Couldn't help but have to get you on Zoom after we saw that extremely professionally done haircut by your wife, CB.
Why, thank you. It's definitely not professional. It's amateur all the way. But I mean, you can tell, like, that's kind of gray hair, but there's a spot right here that's a little bit bald. But for the most part, I mean, I put my beard trimmers in her hands.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Have a good time. And she was up for the challenge, and I feel like she did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
How did it come up?
Well, I honestly was trying to, I mean, my hair was getting a little shaggy, and I go to a barber. I've been going to him about 5 years, and he texted me last week, and I'm sure he was like, "Hey man, do you need a haircut?" I didn't reply to him because I didn't know how to say no. So, but we're definitely on lockdown at my house. I've got a 72-year-old mom and with a lung condition. My wife has got a mom with a lung condition. So we're just being like extra careful. And, but my hair don't care, it just keeps growing, and I needed a haircut. So she was like, "Hey, what if I did it?" So we did a little
challenging people too.
Well, we thought it'd be kind of fun to make it a challenge, like our other friends. I mean, we're all about a month into quarantine, which means we all need a haircut right now, right?
Who did you challenge?
Well, I challenged Matthew West. And I mean, I called him before I did the whole thing. I was like, I need somebody to challenge. He's like, I'm in. And so I was like, okay, this is going to be awesome. He's going to have his daughters cut his hair, but he's in the middle of filming something, and he couldn't actually cut it.
Really?
So yeah.
Well, you know what? Hang on a second. I think I want to get Matthew West on this Zoom.
Oh, I think you definitely should.
Yeah, so we'll get Matthew West on this Zoom, and we've got to talk. Hey, Matthew.
What's up?
Hey,
what's up, dude?
He's got a hat on, hiding the hair now.
Like, did you already get your hair cut? What's going on?
Well, I'm working on it. Brandon's put me in a real tough spot because his wife looks like a professional. Like the way, did you see that video? Like she was holding the hair between her fingers, like. And look how awesome Brandon looks. And I've got 2 daughters who are going to get a kick out of making me look like Mr. T.
I still think you need to do it.
I'm actually going to do it, and I'm going to post it today.
Yay!
Hey, there you go.
That's my boy.
But only if Rob does it too.
Hey.
Well, I came prepared.
Oh, you.
So
oh my goodness.
Here we go.
Wow.
Just go right down the middle like the Grinch that Stole Christmas.
It's happening right now.
I'm glad she's 25 miles away from my house right now.
Because I did groom my dog, and that's sad to see. So
we thought about going down the street to Walgreens and trying to invest in like a decent wall trimmer or whatever. But we thought even better is like just use what you have, So I used a baby comb.
a baby comb.
That's awesome.
We have a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old, so I had a baby comb and a vinegar water spray. So she poured vinegar out, literally put water in, and that's what she wet my hair down with.
You must have smelled like a salad for a little bit.
That's
like a perm in the 80s.
That is so awesome.
So that's that's part of the challenge, Rob. You got to use what you got.
Okay. Well, we can.
But the question is she going to let you cut or color her hair?
Oh, now we're talking.
Ooh. Well,
that
does make it more interesting.
But our wives are friends, and Brandon, you know as well as I do, like our wives are very particular about their hair.
Oh yes, it is their crowning glory.
Was that a pun intended? So I doubt they would let us take a stab at their hair. That's for sure.
Yeah. You know, CB almost went to hair school before we started having babies. Like, she was signed up to go to hair school. So, but it didn't happen.
Well,
Now you wish she would have.
Honestly, I don't think she needs to. I mean, I cleaned it up a little bit. I cleaned it up a little bit last night, and it looks a lot better.
Yeah, it looks good, man. I mean, that's impressive. I just don't think that my 11-year-old daughter, who's like fascinated with TikTok, I think she's going to get more out of. Let's just say this. The other day, Brandon, my wife and I went for a walk. We came back, and they cut their own hair. And there wasn't a straight line in the bunch. So, So I'm worried. I'm worried what's going to happen.
Well, I live down the street from you. I could bring my beard trimmer over to sanitize it.
Fix it.
Just shave it down.
Just shave it down. Yeah. You think Emily could cut it?
I mean, I think they would all get no. The short answer is no. I don't think anybody could cut my hair. Here's what I was joking with Brandon was, so I had to film something like 2 weeks ago, and now I have to film something that's supposed to look like I filmed it on the same day from 2 weeks ago. And so I was gonna like shave my head, but then it would go to this other video. It's like, so I'm still trying to figure out what the right approach is here, but it's all Brandon's fault.
I love that this is so great.
It's just a mess. So,
hey,
but
where else do we have to be? We don't have to be anywhere for a while.
That's true. We got time to let it grow out.
Exactly.
Do you ever get scared to shave your head though, because you don't know like what's the shape of my head?
Oh, I have the worst shaped head, dude. My mom tells the story like I was a C-section baby, like an emergency C-section.
Did you have a cone?
I've got a crazy cone head. It's like I've got like a point. It's almost like I've got like a skin mohawk.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I would fit right in on Star Trek or something.
Maybe one time, maybe that's a rite of passage where everyone in their life at least once should shave their head to see what their head is shaped like.
That's not happening, Brandon.
Come on.
I'm not doing that.
You're doing it.
Yep. I mean, Rob can take the hit on this one.
Oh, no, I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever do the bald thing.
No?
I don't know, man.
Mr. Clean?
I feel like I've seen you with extra short hair, Rob. Like
It's been pretty tight. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Rob, I would think the shorter the better for you, like because you'd be thinking about wind resistance and your exercise.
Mm-hmm.
You know that might speed up your runs or something.
You'd be aerodynamic.
See, you're trying to convince me to do the whole globe thing, and it ain't happening.
So Rob, I think I need to officially challenge you.
Oh, here comes the down.
Yeah,
to cut your hair. It is looking a little shaggy.
Hey, it's horrible.
Yeah,
especially after headphone head, man.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
So who's gonna cut your hair, Rob?
It'll be my wife.
Oh man,
Yes.
I was prepared.
And Liz is like, yeah, right. So it'll be my wife and maybe my college son, Spencer.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. So 2 pairs of scissors going at it like Edward Scissorhands.
Have either of them ever cut hair before?
No.
Even better.
Yeah.
Even better.
Brandon, you're so cruel.
I love it, dude. Listen, people are going to love this.
Yeah, they are. All right. Well, there you go. The throwdown has happened. Brandon Heath, Matthew West, you guys are awesome.
You guys are awesome. Thanks a lot, Brandon. Thanks for getting us all into this.
Thank you, guys.
Morning Crew.
Let me tell you about David Plasek. He is a landlord, and he is a hero landlord. That's what they're calling this guy. He just told all of his tenants, and he owns a lot of businesses, a lot of local businesses, that they don't have to pay rent for 3 months. Literally, he canceled the rent. There are some that are saying, hey, don't worry about it for 3 months. When 3 months is up, just pay me then. But he's saying, don't worry about it. He has 12 properties altogether in the city where he's in. So April, May, and June, he's not expecting anything from anybody. And David says he's going to lose. He will lose $50,000. That's a big chunk of change, but he's willing to make that kind of sacrifice for his tenants. And here's all he said: just pay it forward.
Wow.
That's it. Just pay it forward.
That is incredible. And like you said, I've heard of landlords saying, hey, you know what? Pay me when you can at the end of all of this. And this guy is just kind of clearing the slate, if you will. That's cool, because it would be really difficult to make that back pay.
Well, and he knows that there's a lot of his tenants that are furloughed right now and some that have lost their jobs. So he doesn't want them to go without a roof over their head. And he's pretty confident that in 3 months, people are going to be back to work and he will start getting rent again. But he's not worried about all those 3 months at all. He's like, don't pay me and just pay it forward. I don't expect a dime. And he's going to lose $50,000, but he's going to do pretty good, I think, at the end of all this.
I love hearing stories like this. It is just the human spirit. We are helping each other through these kind of difficult times.
Yeah, it does prove the big fact that with God, we are stronger together.
His morning crew.
Boeing is going back to work today. Those in Seattle are going to be back on the job. Now, their factory is right near Puget Sound. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But they're back up today. Charleston may be a while behind working on the 787. But in Seattle, they're going to send it back to work. Said they're going to really upgrade the cleaning of the factory, and they're also going to do wellness checks at the beginning of every shift. So every person that works for Boeing is going to have their temperature taken and go through a wellness check before they can actually get on the assembly line.
Well, that's good. Keeping people healthy, making sure that it's clean, and people getting back to work. I mean, some people are so stir crazy sitting at home, and those who are furloughed and those who lost their jobs. And these folks are walking back into Boeing, at least in Seattle. I can't wait for Charleston to get back to work.
I know, right? And they've been furloughed since March 25th. So we're coming up on a month, and you know, they're stir crazy and they want to get back to work and start getting that check.
I would be. Way to go, Boeing.
His morning crew.
I'm Rob Dempsey. That is Liz Riles. His morning crew on his radio with a good reminder: with God, we are stronger together.
Sarah is taking that to heart. She's a CNA. She works at a nursing home, and she has seen how the senior citizens not only are fearful going through COVID-19, but they're also getting depressed and, because they can't see their friends or their family. So she thought, how can I brighten their day up a little bit? She decided she could deliver a potted plant to any senior citizen who wanted one. So she started, pretty small, just a couple at a time. Then she called her friends and said, you guys want to get in on this? And they said, of course they did. And so now they have donated or taken 600 plants to senior citizens, not only in her nursing home, but to some others in their county. So
It's
I think
good.
it's awesome. Even her 5-year-old daughter, Layla, got into it and started making handmade cards for each and every senior citizen who got a plant.
That's sweet. I'm glad that she did that. And to just get a plant like that, especially when you're a senior citizen and you're not getting a lot of visitors right now because you're not allowed to, you're high risk during this COVID-19. That's like somebody's caring about me and thought of me today, even if it's like a plant or not.
Right. And also gives them a purpose every day. I've got to get up. I've got to water this plant. I've got to tend to it. I've got to take care of it. And just like all of us, we need to be needed. And I think that is also a huge component of that story.
Gives a little purpose. A plant. Then you have to grow a green thumb real quick.
Rob and Liz.
His morning
This
crew.
is a different type of a teen hotline.
Yeah, it is. I love that we're hearing these stories. We heard of that landlord earlier that was canceling all rent for the next couple of months. Now you've got some teenagers in Canada, and they said, you know what? There's some lonely senior citizens out there. And so they have started a hotline for any senior citizen to call, get positive messages. They're uploading stories of positivity. They've got jokes, kind of like dad and grandpa jokes that are on the website or at the telephone number. Here's the number if you want to call and listen to what they have to say. It is 1-877-JOY, the number 4, all. and they say they're going to update that content every day up until at least the end of June, when they think, the schedules are going to be back to normal. But they're also saying that other teenagers can upload their own jokes and messages at the Joy for All website.
I can just imagine what some of those jokes and stories are. You know?
Yeah, Andy Griffith humor, which I love.
Yeah, all clean, which is
Yeah.
good because it's students that are doing this for senior citizens. And I'm going to call it. I want to hear what they're saying.
Oh, I do too. And I think
that.
Yeah, and it's those kind of jokes that they would share with their grandmas and grandpas. And, those are special that they share. Maybe some of these kids don't have their grandparents near them that they can see, and this is an outlet for them.
And education, I wonder what the education is going to be. I don't want to hear the education, but maybe I'll listen to one and learn.
Maybe. Yeah. So I don't know if you can press 1 for education, press 2 for joke. I don't know if it's like that or not.
Oh, listen, joke should be number 1.
Okay.
I want the funny stuff first. Let the joke be number 1.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I'm so sorry that I have to tell you this, but it appears that we make sandwiches completely wrong. Everybody on the globe, people on the planet do not know how to make sandwiches.
Are they using Hellman's mayonnaise? No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, she's a Duke girl. Did you tell? She likes Duke mayo. Okay, no, there's a foodie that's on Reddit that says we make sandwiches completely wrong. And she gave one life hack. It's a life hack forum on Reddit.
Okay.
And she says this specifically about the BLT. It's the only thing that she's going to tell you and I about the BLT sandwich. You already know it's lettuce, bacon, and tomato, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how the bacon can kind of slide off the sandwich. The tomato gets stuck here. So here's what it says on this life hack forum on Reddit about making a sandwich. This is from a foodie who knows what she's talking about. She says this: with the lettuce, just wrap it around the bacon and tomato on the inside. That way the goods don't fall out.
So like a sandwich inside of a sandwich?
Kinda, yeah. And it makes sense, right? I want to make a BLT later. I'm so stinking hungry right now talking about this. And so, but you take the lettuce and you wrap it around. It makes sense. And then you put your bread on it, of course, duh. And then the bacon and the tomato will not slide off the sandwich because you got it nicely wrapped inside the lettuce. That's how to make a sandwich.
It makes a lot of sense. I mean, if you get a wrap, you get a lettuce wrap. That's exactly what it's doing. It's keeping everybody in using like bib lettuce, which is, a bigger, leafier green. But yeah, I lost you, didn't I?
Oh, what lettuce?
Bib lettuce.
I have no idea.
It's just the big leaf.
All I know is that you got that spinach stuff and then the leafy stuff, and then you've got the iceberg. That's what I think. I grab an iceberg leaf off the thing, rip it off, and then put the stuff in that.
Well, iceberg is hardy and would hold it, I would think.
Yeah, but what did you call it? A folder lettuce? What'd you call it?
What? No, it's a bib lettuce. To me, that's what I like because it's really, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a little greener on the ends, I think. I don't know. It's got a better taste to me.
Never heard of a bib lettuce before. Are you making this up?
No, I'm not making this up.
She's making this up. Hope Rising that we hosted on our Facebook page. It was a live event. And wow, did many artists join us last night.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. We had Ryan Stevenson that opened the show, and For King and Country were part of it. Gloria Gaynor was live from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, which was really cool.
Wasn't it cool? I didn't even know that she lived there, Gloria Gaynor.
Me either.
Hi, Gloria. You can hear us in Myrtle Beach on 88.3. Just saying. Casting Crowns, Danny Goki, Matthew West. One part that I really loved was Matt Hammett. Matt was the former lead singer of Sanctus Real.
Yes.
His son Bowen was with him. And if you know Bowen's story, he was born with a heart defect.
Mm-hmm.
And Bowen had multiple throughout his years of going through surgery to correct that whole heart defect that he has. Well, Bowen sang with his daddy last night.
Yeah, he sang Heartstrong.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Hope Rising is still on our Facebook page, by the way. So if you missed it last night, you can still watch it on our Facebook page. It'll be there for at least a couple of more days so that you can be a part of what's going on with Samaritan's Purse. Kirk Cameron and his sister, Cameron Bure, hosted the thing last night for us.
Yeah, they are so cool. And of course, we've grown up with both of them as DJ Tanner from Full House and, of course, Mike Seaver with Growing Pains. But they've grown up, gone in a different direction, which I love. And Kirk Cameron, of course, was in Fireproof and the Left Behind movies. But yeah, they got together and decided to do this thing last night.
So why do I feel that you're a Kirk Cameron fan?
Just hold on a little bit, just a little bit, a little bit, a whole lot.
From Growing Pains on, huh?
I think so. I think it started with Growing Pains, and then as he grew up and went into doing the Fireproof and the Left Behind books, and he's just a great speaker. I've seen him when he's come to a local church and spoken on marriage and relationships, and I just fully respect him.
So I talked to Kirk over the weekend. You'll see that on our Facebook page. And we had him on the air on Saturday to talk about Hope Rising that happened last night. That's still on our Facebook page. And then I told him, hey, Liz Riles has joined me. He goes, I'd like to meet her. I said, okay, not a problem. What about Tuesday? Can you be with us on Tuesday? So I didn't ask Liz yet, but do you mind, Liz, if Kirk Cameron is our guest tomorrow morning? Okay. So when Kirk is on, please don't do that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me get it out right now. Hold on.
Okay. You better do that all day. None of that tomorrow with Kirk Cameron.
Okay.
Special guest tomorrow on his radio.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
I don't know if this has happened to you, but it certainly has happened to Liz because she keeps telling me, you should hear it. She's like, you're not going to believe what I just bought online. You're not going to believe what I just bought online. She just showed me this big coffee mug that she bought offline. How much stuff have you bought offline since you've been socially distant?
We're not going to talk about it, but I feel like I need to leave my delivery people some toilet paper and hand sanitizer. And
Just something nice. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I didn't feel well over the weekend. And so all I had was my TV and my laptop and my puppy. And so I ordered a couple of things. It's okay.
Well, Liz is not the only one. A lot of people are ordering a lot of stuff, you know?
Yeah, I did order a couple of books because I read The Martian over the weekend. Like I got done with that. You've seen the movie with, almost said Mark Watney because that's the guy, but Matt Damon.
Is this like the remake of the old TV show from the 50s?
No, this is, you've got to see The Martian. It's a really good movie. Won an Oscar for a comedy, I think. But it was, yeah, it's weird. Even like they didn't understand why it was nominated as a comedy, but it won. But it's really good. And the book is even better. But now I'm kind of out of things to read. So I need suggestions because I've read everything in the house.
Okay. What do you like?
I like adventure. I don't really get into romance as much. I've heard, except like Southern romances, Nicholas Sparks, that kind of thing. But somebody mentioned Where the Crawdads Sing. I did order that one. I don't know what it's about.
I hope it's good.
I hope it's
As you
good
ordered
too.
it.
I know. But I will devour books in like a day or two. So I need them constantly. Wow. Coming out. What do you like?
I guess I'm kind of boring because the books I read are all leadership type of books. That's all I read. It's devotional. Like the devotional one that I have is My Utmost for Isaiah. So I'm following that all this year. Always get a devotional for the year. So that's the one I'm doing from Oswald Chambers. And I got this book from Jeff Wasserman off brand. And so this is the one that I'm reading right now. I'm almost done. It's short enough read, although it's taken me too long. But
it's a leadership book?
It's a leadership book for churches.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, yeah.
Well, I'm doing a Bible study, the Proverbs 31 woman, you know, the woman that God wants you to be. And so I'm going through that. And of course, the scriptures that go along with that. But I am a voracious reader. So, yeah.
Okay. So if you have ideas for us, and particularly Liz, she loves the action adventure. Forget about the Nicholas Spark type of, whatever. Who's that guy, Fabian, that was on the book covers?
Fabio.
That guy, yeah.
I don't
that kind of stuff.
Never in my life. It's just not my thing.
So here, a couple of ways you can do this. Text us, 800-447-7234, or leave an open mic on the My His Radio app. It's the coolest feature on the My His Radio app where you can talk to us right through the app and let us know a thing or two. So that's right on the app, the My His Radio app, which is free in Google Play.
Rob and Liz.
His Morning Crew.
Starting to talk about some of the things that people are reading during social distancing because we got to do stuff. I mean, you can't watch TV all day. I'm Rob. That's Liz. His morning crew on his radio. Some of the texts are coming in too.
Yeah, and Mark said A Wrinkle in Time, which I've seen the movie. I've never read the book. I was not a fan of the movie, but I hear that the book is 1,000 times better.
They usually are, right?
Mhm.
So I hear from Rhonda. She texted us at 800-447-7234. And Rhonda said, where the crawdaddies, or where the crawdaddies, I'm sorry, where the crawdads sing. She says, that's an awesome book.
That's the one that I've got on order. It should come in on Wednesday, so I'll be able to let you know it at some point, like over the weekend.
Ordering spree. Do you get that thing? And then she said, try this, Tinder. I'm married, so I'm not going to try that. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me read the whole thing.
What?
This Tenderland.
Okay, there you go.
Kent Kruger. Okay. Oh, I thought she was saying try an app. I got to read all the way through these texts before I finish.
Yeah, Amy would not be happy about that. Let me tell
I'd
you.
never go on one of those things anyway.
Yeah.
What are your suggestions? 800-447-7234.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
The texts are coming in at 800-447-7234. Since we've been starting to talk about some books that you could read in this whole social distancing thing with COVID-19 that a lot of people are experiencing right now.
Yeah, and I'm experiencing that. I had to order a couple of books, but Anna said it's not really like a book as in a fiction book, a fantasy or anything like that, but she's reading 1,000 Gifts, and it looks like it's a dare to live fully right where you are. So it's kind of a self-help book.
I got a text from Deborah at 800-447-7234. Here's her book suggestion.
Okay.
She's got a couple of them. One is The Harbinger. Have you heard of that one? Harbinger. The other one is The Mystery of the, I'm going to butcher this. The Mystery of the Shemitah by Jonathan CAHN.
I think you might be right.
I said it right? That's crazy.
No, I don't know, because I was corrected when I said Puget Sound earlier, so I can butcher the English language as well.
You're not from that place in Seattle.
No.
Okay, Jonathan CAHN also wrote like a series of devotionals. One is the Book of Mysteries, and she says that one is good to read during this time right now.
I got a lot more ordering to do, it looks like, because we'll be social distance at least, another week or so at least. And got a lot of reading to do.
Till the end of the month.
Yeah.
Got a lot of reading to do.